Well, we're well into fall here in Kentucky, and it's time to winterize our hives and get them buttoned up before the cold weather comes in. So come on, while we get this apiary ready for winter. Hey friends, it's Barbara Sue and Philip here at Kowalski Mountain, and welcome back to our channel. Now we're having a really nice warm day here in Kentucky, so we need to get into these beehives and make sure they're ready for winter. So come along while we do a pre-winter inspection and see how the apiary is doing.
Okay, this box, bees were looking fine. What we do is we're making sure that we have screen on the front. We also have to modify this one so that they can get in, but the mice, field mice, cannot get in. They'll be looking for food as well. So I went ahead and add this super box empty on top, put our sugar brick in on top, and then I go ahead and sprinkle some of the protein in on top, give them a little extra food to keep on rolling. What we're going to do is come back later on and we'll insulate the boxes, and I think we're going to do like a little half dome, keeps the weather off of them, keeps them a little bit warmer, because as soon as the sun hits it, it's going to be like a sauna inside. So we'll do that with visqueen and cattle panels. Right now I'm making sure that everything's cleaned up so that they can seal it correctly for the winter. And then the next time I come in, I won't clean these up at all. They'll have already prepared it the way they want. But the other one, when I took it off, it was a little cattywampus. So that one, this box is looking good. Make sure my lid's on solid. And they will actually seal this box. That's all good. Now we're into the second one. They're not popping out the top, which that's okay. I can tell you right now they're pretty light. Well, I got some honey in there. Good. There's honey in that one. Like yeah, this one. We got honey. Good, so we have some food reserves. That's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to slide these back in. Stinking beetles. Half pollen, half honey. Bunch more beetles. I'll just squish them into there and they'll take care of removing them. So they're still grabbing some resources. And then an empty frame over on the other side. I usually like to go in slap full of this super box with resources. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a drought up here, and the bees that we brought up, they weren't doing the best down there in Florida anyway. Had I known that, I would have prepared a little bit better. We did get a little bit of honey off of this, but they didn't come back afterwards. After pulling it, they were doing okay, actually really well, and then we went into a drought, so that put us kind of in the negative. So usually try to put some frames aside in the freezer and then feed them back to them about this time. Now that we're here full time, I can do that. I'll actually put away a whole box per hive in the freezer, stow it. Coming in the winter, we'll go ahead and give it back to them, which also, if they don't need it, we can use it if we want, or we can just stow it and get it ready for the springtime extra feeding. So right now we're back down to, we checked them out in this top box. We're good on the oil. Go ahead and stick that back in there. I do want to look underneath to see what's going on. Ooh, I'm moving these around and I can tell whether or not they're full or not so great. These are not the best. A lot of empty voids. So this is going to be one of my weak hives going into the winter. I mean, we do have some resources, but I don't even know if we got a queen. I'm not going to try to dig for her. If I come across her, I come across her. So let's just set that there. Yeah, I'm moving this around pretty easy. Well, we got some resources anyway. Yeah, we don't have nearly the numbers we should. And that could be what's going on, is we've got the resources, but the bee numbers are just not there. We might have lost the queen, because there's no way. If I had the queen, she's up there. There's nothing down here at the bottom. Yeah, tons of resources. Not good. A lot of pollen. Yeah, way too much space.
You gonna take that box out?
Yeah. Yeah, I got way too much space. These resources, but there's nothing there to consume them. What?
There's no bees.
That's what I just said. There's nothing there to consume them.
Which, when you look at all of them from the front, this is the busiest time.
Busiest who?
Hive.
Yeah, nothing. Alright.
You're
Oh, my screen. Well, what I could do is I can put those frames in here, take them out. When they have an empty box, typically be worth the effort to do anything with. Yeah, they're all crushed when the queen's gone. And they left behind whatever. You can only hope that they'll get with the... Oh, there's the queen. She's right here.
the queen cage.
Excuse me?
Queen cage.
That's the thing. She's a virgin queen. I doubt very seriously that she's going to be able to do anything. Yeah, I mean, like, what do? We've got this queen. Chances are she's not mated. One reason or another, she maybe not got mated going into the fall. I mean, what do? You got X amount of bees, small little population. Now I'm going to have to just move everything over. And see, I'll leave this one out. There's nothing in it, but I can put back something with resources. Alright, so quick recap. Weren't doing very good. Small cluster. Do have the queen. I doubt very seriously she's been mated, which means she's not going to produce anything. So we'll just go ahead and close them up. We'll go ahead and put another cover back on top like I was going to do the other ones, or this originally. I'll put sugar brick in here, feed them up. She could fool me. Put everything in there like normal. Oops. Good. Yeah. We don't want to give them a reason why to be disadvantaged. Took everything else out. Alright, do this. I need a sugar brick opened up. Let's see. Keep it in the plastic or on the paper. And just pull them out, they break up. That's why.
So I do have a post and a video about how I made the sugar bricks in the freeze dryer, so I'll be sure to put that up there.
Alright, so we got a queen, not very healthy. I usually mark my bricks with white on the top so I know that they're queenless. Had it on top of here. Let's see what's going on. I don't know what happened there. I didn't go back to my videos. And I've been neglecting my bees for a while. Alright, we got numbers all the way up at top. That's good. Down. Ah, we got a honey super on here. So let's see what's going on. Ladybugs, or whatever you want to call them. So what I'm going to do is loosen all these up, check a couple of them, see what's going on. I know there's resources in there, so I don't want to steal those. But I don't want to just start taking them out and take the box away just yet, because we got 2 more boxes down below. They might be thin, they might be full, don't know. Right now I'll take this whole box away in a second and then backfill if I have to. Alright, so we got a tiny bit of capped, but there's capped there. Alright, and then there's capped in that one too. And that was probably my most full frame. And yes, the hives are a little close, but prepared that for this winter just to keep them closer, just to get us through the winter. Alright, so we got an empty one. And that being empty, I guess it really don't matter, they're all about the same. And I got some frames that just don't look that great. Alright, nice big cluster here. More than likely that queen is right up in here. But I also need to find out what's going on. That little hollow sound, that bottom box is pretty empty. So that would be fine. Let me find out what thin frames I have. Maybe I'll swap them out, give them a little more food, shake the bees off, take that super box away. So I will probably stumble across that queen, but I'm not going to look for her deliberately. Before I move this and get this cleaned up, my box will sit on here a little bit better. Yeah, quite a bit of capped honey in here. Okay. Really curious as to what's going on the bottom, instead of trying to dig for that queen.
Seem like there's any brood in any of the boxes.
Oh no, definitely not. They all stopped producing. They're kicking out, but you'd think there'd be a little bit. It's different from coming up here from Florida. They don't really stop down there. Alright, so we have a hive, majority of it has moved up to the upper box.
That pollen powder?
Yes. They look pretty good. Really got me curious as the status of the queen. And we are not seeing brood. Definitely a whole new experience dealing with the bees here, because this time of year we'd still see brood. I'm not seeing any, and I know that she slows way down, but I didn't think she'd stop. She could be inside.
What's that thing? Is that a drone?
Yeah, the one drone. A lone survivor. All your buddies have been killed off. Alright. Sugar brick prepped. So now I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. that have honey in them that I can give to another hive. Here. So maybe we never did get a queen, but I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. We have a lot of bees there for not having a queen. Oh yeah, nice. Lots of bees. Look at that. That's the kind of numbers I like to see. Ah. Crappy frame. Gone. Springtime I have to come back through here and tidy up all of this propolis, all the cracks. Sometimes it's easier just to swap the boxes. So I can have a bunch of them ready now and come back. Alright, so this is awful tall stack for going into the winter. I really want to buckle it down to a smaller hive. So right now my first thought is inspect it, check for resources, and then probably shake all them bees down to the bottom 2 boxes. Oh, got the queen. Nice pink mark, so I know she's mine. She survived. Sweet. Looking good. Nice, they're all jammed up in there. Let me just do this. And they are filled in a lot. Alright, I'm not going to dig into them. I'm going to assume they're doing fine. Smoke, can I have a smoker? So because I don't have another box unscrewed, I'm just going to use this one. Put it on top, balance in, probably ratchet strap it. There is a little bit of a gap there, but they'll seal it in, they'll do fine. Alright, best I can do with that note. That'll seal it up. Oops, these need to be knocked off. I'll reach underneath. I'll get it. You go.
You want to go
Come on,
down the middle?
come up. Just where it's at, yes. Strap it down to itself. Hook it through the strap. No, hook it through the sewing. Yep.
So what's your feeling about the apiary?
Whew! My feeling on the apiary. I've got a couple. I'd say 50-50. Gonna make and not make. Some look pretty decent, and thankfully my smallest hive looks the best. And then I have maybe 3/3 looks good, 2/3 not so good. So would I have expected more going into the wintertime? Yeah, but I didn't really handle the bees much, you know, coming into the winter, so can't really do a whole lot there. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'll leave these out, kind of like a what do we call it? A open feed. This way they can rob it, they can bring it back. Food source, I just brought them dinner. So let them rob that for a couple days. It ain't gonna take them that long. Do that for a couple days and then pick it up and move it. And that way I ain't gonna transport a bunch of bees. And then I'll actually stow the rest of the frames. Put them in the freezer, 48 hours, and pull them back out. That's it.
Well, friends, I'm not gonna lie, I've been very nervous this whole time since the last time I got stung, and my face swelled up so bad, but so far so good. I didn't get stung, so let me get out of here. As always, we appreciate you watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We'd love you to be a part of the Kowalski Mountain family. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and we'll see you next time.